Hello, everybody. It is 12:25 p.m. Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 2025. Hope everything is going well with the trading. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. So, taking a look at we had some a little turbulence in the market. I guess we had some economic news. Um, which some of it was good, some of it wasn't great. But you know, America is going through a transition. I think eventually it's gonna, you know, pan out, and we're gonna have a more of a steady um, economy, and inflation, and all that. But I'm not. I don't get political. Uh, just trade what we see, and what I see right now is a lot of consolidation. Happy about, because there's no money to be made in consolidation unless you fade, you know, edges. Uh, so you're a first time viewer. Thank you for, checking out my channel. I have a bunch of other videos. So I just go ahead and put my commentary in of what I'm looking at, and I explain my setup as I go along. So I probably have a couple of, videos out now, and I'll continue to do it as long as I'm getting likes on my videos and you guys are finding it helpful. I've been since 2008, uh, primarily futures and stocks and options. I'm a retail trader, trade out of my own account, but I've been looking at prop firms, and just I've been trading my own way so long. At the prop firms that have rules that you got to go by, and they prevent you from making money and whatever. If you guys, are with a prop firm, let me know. Just comment and let me know, if the prop firm you're with is you're happy with. But yeah, I enjoy making videos because I like to catalog my stuff. Um, Instead of putting, space on my hard drives and continue to buy, these hard drives, these multi gig, 1,000 gig, terabyte, whatever hard drives to keep it on. It's just a little easier to go ahead and post them to YouTube. Let them. I'll never, reach out to you for any sort of correspondence and ask for money. Um, I don't work that way. I'll never do that. Um, if the channel makes money, from the views and stuff like that, then yeah, that's cool. It'll go right back into the trading. But I'll never come out and ask you. All right, so let's take a look at this. This market today, and it looks like we bit of an up move here. Breaking down a little bit of resistance out here. So let me explain my setup. I use footprint charts, and I use uh, we don't need this in here. Imbalances, selling and buying imbalances, which are the aqua is the buying imbalance, and if you see the red dots, the red is your selling imbalance. If I slow down or I'm not making sense, it's because I'm looking at the market and trying to multitask here. Uh, but this column here, this column in here, this is truly all delta. Uh, Delta, and inside here is volume. This is a POC, which is a point of control. And these little, it's telling me that there is, it's a quick visual that we have some divergences in the delta. Being we have like a positive delta with a negative candle. All right. So this is the way I like my setup. I have a volume profile here. 9 EMA. I have a VWAP on the second chart, and I'm trading a 5-minute chart. We take a look here. We had a little bit of this is a good area right in here, and possibly 96s. It gives you 6 point range, which you can make money at. No doubt about it. You can make money 6 points. I trade the MES contract, which is the micro contract. You say, hey, why don't you trade the mini? Because I like to scale in, scale out. And some days, I'll do more than one contract or whatnot, but works out pretty well. I mean, I have about an 86% this month, 86% win rate. So I don't take massive targets. All right, enough with me and my 6 minutes 30 seconds into the video, and I haven't. Not one to FOMO, fear of missing out. I look at what I trade what I see. So right now, seeing some selling imbalances coming in, seeing a lot of trading happening, bunch of selling, a lot of negative delta. We're kind of right around that EMA, a 9 EMA. If we take a look to the left, and I always do, instead of buying, we are below the EMA, but my POC is above it. All right, now take a look at the point of control POC and see if it drops or goes above. All right, the little blue lines inside each candle, that's the value area. And we see from the value areas above, they're going lower. So buyers and sellers are looking for value, a little lower than where we were before. So are we turning the corner? Are we going to come back down? I don't trade off of the EMAs, but I take a look at the ledges on my volume profile to the right. So this is the same volume profile as this. This is just more condensed version to make room for the numbers in the footprint. Look for absorption. I look for. I'll tell you about them. All right. So if we take a look at the volume, volume is picking up, but we're not going anywhere. All right. Delta is pretty much steady. Just went up a little bit. And I look at I don't look at 1 or 2 or 3 or 10. I look at 100 in the hundreds of trades, whether delta's higher or lower. I'm looking for 300. I'm looking for 400, 500, 600 over here, 400. So we're getting a little bit more volume coming in. Remember, right around here is where we slowed up. My delta decreasing or increasing? Decrease from the minimum amount. So we're actually less. Tells you that we're building more delta below. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the push up. I'm looking to go long. That's where I'm looking. But with no volume, all right, being that we just see where the POC over here, POC here, we still have a bunch of concentrated money up in this area. Just had a divergence. So in other words, we had negative delta candle. We have a selling imbalance here. If we take a look at the top of this candle, we have unfinished business. So in other words, the auction, still auctioning. So we could probably hit this number again, and we'll see what we'll do. So we have some buying imbalances here. All right. It's taken this 131 number with the 23 number, and I have it set for 3 times that. So if you 3 times this 23, we're at 69. 69 is less than 132, so we're up higher. All right, so we're above this ledge, which is very good. We'll see if we get to a high. We had a buying imbalance here. We have a selling imbalance here. All right, so we want to take a look at these because there's nothing to the right of it. Okay, not so much these buying imbalances, so much these. These sellers came in, right? And they brought that candle down to here. Buyers came into this point, and they're pushing it back up. Buyers pushed that candle up here. So yeah, a lot of guys they charge for their what I'm doing. I never paid anybody to teach me to trade. I just spent lots of hours behind charts. I found out what works for me, and that's what I keep. So fear of missing out doesn't work with me. I'll never move a stop below or add more risk to a trade. The way my money management sits is that I know what I'm going to lose, and I know I'm going to win. I do have a daily limit, and once I feel I hit my daily goal, or if the market's not working, I just step away. The next trade's only a click away. All right, so right now the volume is not much volume here. There's not much going on at all. All right, so it's 12:37. It's Eastern time, so it's almost getting to be lunchtime in Chicago. At 11, and the volume will pretty much die out for a little bit, but sometimes you'll get a good, run of an algorithm. So we're in the middle of this prior candle. If you take a look here, all right? Candle ended up here, above it right now. Just something to be aware of. We got positive delta coming in, but we're half of the volume of the previous candle. You see? So these are things that we're looking at. I'm looking at. With sporadic delta, we had a bunch of delta in here. Buyers, some in here couldn't bring it up. Sellers couldn't sell down. So what are we looking at? Sit and wait. Okay. Let's continue to take a look at what we're working with. If you take a look at this candle here, the third candle, 45 sellers, 87 buyers. Right? If you take the candle to the right, you could take a look at 48 buyers, 0 sellers. This is a finished auction. Below is unfinished. I would think that the buyers would be at 0. Now, if you take a look at this one, 24 0, 78 0, finished auction. Finished auction. Unfinished business right here. We could touch this, come back down again. See if we're right. POC at the top. Got a bunch of buyers coming in. Very minimal delta. Came to the top. So I'm going to buy here. And see if we could, right now we have positive delta. I'm going with the delta. Doesn't mean that it had a bunch of support up in here. So if we have buyers come back in, this looks good over here, 15.0. All right. We have to go above this candle here for it to be a valid auction. This auction here will be null and void because the price action passed it. All right, so far right now, if you take a look at the max delta up here, down below, we are building a lot of delta up here, but we're not moving. So I'm gonna very small win here. Okay. I'm gonna move to break even. Manipulate this. Right about here is where I want to be. Right to the candle here. Now, as long as we're getting more volume up in here and delta is raising, right now delta is lower, now it's coming up. Now it's getting lower. You see the delta right down here below? 854 positive delta. So I'm going to do is I am going to get squeezed in. I'm just going to take the win. All right, so that was 3.5 points right there. 17 minutes, 28 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this video down and then do some chores, house chores, and I'll come back later on. The volume will be better. But anyway, thanks for viewing. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate you watching. Thanks again.